How often have we found ourselves clinging to past decisions, relationships, or paths, simply because we've invested so much time and energy into them? It's almost as if we're tethered to our own history, unable to move forward. Have you ever wondered what it truly means to live a life without the nagging regrets, to transform every setback into a stepping stone, and to empower yourself and your fellow sisters to thrive? Then join us on a journey of self-discovery, resilience, and sisterhood, as we unveil the freedom that comes with releasing the past, embracing the present, and shaping a radiant future. It's time to rewrite your story and inspire others to do the same. Are you ready? Then let's begin. I was watching a program when the person being interviewed shared a favorite quote of his. It's, "Don't cling to a mistake just because you spent a lot of time making it." All I could say was, wow. I think that one line is the most freeing thing I've heard all year. And one of the few things I've heard all year that I'm seriously taking to heart. What mistake or mistakes am I still holding on to, because I invested all this time into it, and I feel I can't let go of it now? What mistakes are you holding on to, that you've invested time, maybe even years, and you're sitting here right now, knowing in your heart of hearts that it was a complete waste, and it's continuing to be a waste or a drain, but you feel you can't let it go, because of all the time you sunk into it, all those years? Sisters, give me a few minutes to share something with you, and see if you don't feel your eyes opening up a bit about a few things, okay? To begin, clinging to a mistake isn't healthy. Now hear us, we're not talking about not making mistakes, because that's not realistic. We're human and prone to making mistakes every single day. Neither are we talking about a mistake not ending up being a positive thing. Especially if you learn from it, and is a better person for it. What we want you to see, and grasp, is the negative, or unhealthy part of a mistake, that you're still holding on to. That's the downside of clinging to a mistake. It's you carrying around a heavy emotional burden that has you weighed down, not allowing you to fully enjoy the life going on around you. Imagine that you had a toxic relationship in the past, and despite all the pain the other person caused you, you can't let go of blaming yourself for being in it, or you staying in it, for as long as you did. As a result, the emotional scars from that mistake continues to weigh you down, affecting your current relationships, self-esteem, and overall happiness. Another way clinging to a mistake can be harmful is by diverting your time and energy away from better opportunities. This was me some years ago. I stayed in a job for years, even though it made me miserable every single day. I tell you, it was a chore to get up and drive to work. I couldn't wait for the weekend. I hated it, but I felt I couldn't do anything about it, other than just suffer through. The problem here for me was that I was so invested in showing up at that job, that I missed out on exploring other career paths that could have been more fulfilling and rewarding. Me finding that one job that was really meant for me, all along. And guess what? I finally got the nerve to leave that job, and I ended up with the very job that was the perfect one for me. Or consider this, a person who made a career choice based on parental expectations, not their own passion or career dreams. That person may feel to this very day trapped in a job they dislike, because they can't let go of the idea of not meeting their parents' expectations, even though it stifles their personal growth and happiness. Sisters, the longer you hold on to a mistake, the longer you're apt to internalize it as a personal failure, which can impede you from being proactive in finding a solution. Let's say you made a financial decision that led to a fair amount of debt. Continually blaming yourself and feeling guilty can prevent you from taking positive steps to improve your financial situation. Can't you see? The blaming and guilt does nothing. You didn't get into debt overnight, and it's not going to get fixed overnight, so don't just sit and stew and allow the debt to continue to mount due to penalties and fees. Come up with a plan, and then work the plan out. If you've got a financially minded sister, like I have, go to her and in confidence tell her you need help, you need a workable plan. That's the importance of being a part of a village. In many instances, your help or solution is right there within reach. And realize this, one of the most harmful effects of holding onto a mistake is the fear it generates. For instance, if you failed at starting a business in the past, you might be terrified to try again. If a relationship that you were really invested in didn't work out, you definitely might be terrified to try again, fearing the devastation, the pain, and another failure. Can't you see how fear can paralyze you, preventing you from pursuing your dreams and taking calculated risks, like love? Sisters, can't you see that over time, holding onto mistakes can reinforce limiting beliefs about yourself? Keeping you locked and trapped, because you're afraid of what others might say, because of all the time you invested in it. A career that's not working, a relationship that's not healthy, or a business that's sucking up all your money, but not generating any real financial return. Yet there you are, day after day, because you've invested so much of your time, or practically all your money, and you feel you can't quit because of everything it's cost you thus far, or that you've given the relationship years of your life, your entire youth and beauty, and now how in the world can you change anything? What will everyone say? Who wants to hear, "I told you so"? It's tough. Please understand, I know. I feel I've almost gritted my teeth down to the nubs to keep quiet when I got the "I told you so" talk from a sister, or worse, "Why didn't you listen to me the first time? You would have spared yourself," from my mum. But hear me, if you don't take anything else away, dear sisters, know this, and that's, we're all on our journey of personal growth and empowerment, and mistakes are bound to happen. Let me rephrase that, mistakes are going to happen, but you don't have to pitch a tent and stay there. This may sound simple, and understand I'm not trying to simplify what you've gone through, or what you're currently going through, but sometimes you just have to let that mistake go. Sometimes that pure act, simply letting it go, is the very key you need to unlocking your best next step, your best next job, your best next future and love. Every moment you spent in a mistake can be turned into an opportunity to gain wisdom and insight. Think of it as life's classroom where you learn valuable lessons. For example, if you were in a toxic relationship, you've likely learned the importance of setting boundaries and recognizing red flags earlier in future relationships. Or know that there are times when a mistake can serve as a catalyst for personal growth. When we face challenges and setbacks, we're often pushed out of our comfort zones. This discomfort we feel can be the breeding ground for self-development and transformation. For instance, a career misstep might lead you to discover a new passion or skill you wouldn't have explored otherwise. So in this case, the mistake ended up being a positive for you, you see? Then there are those mistakes you experience that can work to build resilience. That's strength and mental toughness. Resilience teaches you how to bounce back, persevere, and face adversity head-on in the future. Just like a muscle gets stronger with exercise, your ability to overcome challenges can grow with each mistake you navigate. And sister, that's the key, not just sitting in a mistake, year after year, but navigating your way through it. Mistakes can help you clarify your values and priorities. For instance, if you invested time in a project that in the end you discover didn't align with your passions or desires, don't kick yourself. It might have highlighted what truly matters to you in your work and life. So, dear sisters, I want to emphasize that time spent in a mistake is never automatically wasted. It's an integral part of your unique journey, shaping you into the resilient, wise, and compassionate individuals you are today. Instead of dwelling on mistakes and regrets, embrace this instead. Embrace the idea that every mistake, even the challenging ones, the painful and sad ones, can be used to contribute to your growth and your ability to inspire and support others. Believe you have the power to turn those mistakes into stepping stones towards a brighter future, filled with purpose, resilience, and boundless potential. Remember this, my bright and wonderful sisters, you are not defined by your mistakes, you're defined by how you rise above them. Be gentle with yourselves. Embrace the beauty of your own growth, and never underestimate the power of forgiveness, especially when it's directed towards yourself. Be proud of the resilient, compassionate, and wise women you are becoming. Your potential is boundless, and every moment, whether smooth or rocky, contributes to your growth and the incredible tapestry of your life. Until next time.